are listening to Living Well is a Lifestyle. And yes, you saw that correct. 52 trees on a quarter of an acre, and I'm not done yet. So, yesterday I did a video on sharing with you all on how important it was to do a layout, a layout of the area, your planting area. Now, mind you, this planting area is only in the rear because there's a whole nother half acre, but we're not using that right now. So I want to share what it looks like to map out a plan or a blueprint on paper from an aerial view so that you can plan what you want to garden, how you want to garden. And so I finished my draft today and it is all finished. And I am super excited because it really does map out everything and where I can plant some more stuff. So, what I did was kind of just draft where I started because believe it or not, my garden started right here in this little space was where my first bed was, which was right there. That's my very first bed. And then I expanded to this area in pots. I used the blue pots, buckets. I used some buckets and I planted in this one isolated area was the garden. Then I decided, look, I have all of this backyard. We about to make an urban homestead because why? It's grass. All I do is pay to get it cut. And listen, I might as well grow some food. So I decided that I was going to expand the garden from out of the what I call the orchard area. This is now the orchard area right here. And I decided that I was going to expand it all the way out into this area because it was nothing but grass and I don't do grass. I want to see, I want to plant, I want to grow food and not grass. So I bought some chickens and decided that I was going to take care of some chickens and I had 100% success rate. Built a big coop like a house, like a mini house over here next to the barn so that I could take care of my chickens and expand that area out. So that was super exciting. But I just want to show you how I was able to fit 52 trees that are going to grow back every year. I don't have to this I don't have to see these blank spaces are where vegetables are. And I'm not putting anything in there because it may be different vegetables every year. So I'm not putting in like what it is. Just know that it's a vegetable bed, vegetables. But the ones that are in circles, those are actually trees. And there's a couple more that I actually did not add over here, and they're mulberries. So over here, I decided to span out. This is my 3-year-old banana. It's the only thing here other than some couple of grapes, but I'm going to move these grapes into the arbor area because they are muscadines, and muscadines grow really well. So I planted 5 new grapes over here, but I'm going to grab these muscadines that are over here and put them here too because I think I'm going to do something a shaded something, plant some vegetables here, maybe a couple more beds I'll put over here that are shaded because this banana is definitely going to shade that out. So the thing about doing a aerial view of the garden is it helps you to see to see what you have, determine whether it's going to be shaded or not, et cetera, et cetera. So here I put this blueberry has been here for a while and these couple of figs, but I added 3 more in between because they grow densely. So I just didn't care. Let's just grow all of them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here with this one blueberry, and I decided that I was going, and there's two grapes here, so I might move those. I don't know. We might have an L shape on the arbor. We might do an L shape there, which will allow these grapes to grow up high and kind of go vertical, right? Which is cool. And that will give these raspberries, oh, these not raspberries, these are actually blueberries. Oh, there's some raspberries in here though. Over here, I forgot to add. So these are blueberries right here. So I should have put BU there. All right. So what I added this year was a cherry, another cherry, a pear. It was already a peach, small dwarf peach here. So I added a pear here, a cherry, a row of blueberries. They're still small, but they'll get really big. And this the point is just I don't want to keep planting. So I just want the food to be growing and I don't have to keep planting every year. I go and prune and that's it. Put another cherry in between, but I got space up between these blueberries because they are medium growth. So trees grow taller and the blueberries could use a little shade because why? They get burned in the sun, right? Because we know that the climate is different and when you have an open space and all this sun is like boom, you have to create some shaded opportunities for you to have a productive garden. So I don't mind the shade because it will let me keep me knowing where I can plant things that need a little more shade. So I put a cherry there and I have another pear going in right here. This is a pear. This is a pear going in right here. So this is going to be a very, very shady area because of the cherries and the pears, and that's fine. So that means the vegetables that go in these beds will be vegetables that thrive in shade. And so I'm cool with that because I got all these open beds, right? This is all wide open. And so over here I added the arbor and these grapes and I have an orange tree here, but I think it's a dwarf size. You can keep these trees you can keep your trees cut low because nobody is, if you're not a giant, then you don't want your trees growing that size either because you can't reach the fruit. So this is an orange. It's not a moringa. It's a mandarin orange. This is a lime in the ground. This is a bed I haven't put anything in, but I grew tomatoes in last year. I kept this area open because this is a workstation, a greenhouse, and some water. This is my green stalk patio garden and my mobile garden here, which is where I grow in bags. I put in some evergreens last year, so that things that will keep growing back because that's where I am in my life. I'm not going to be keep buying plants that every year and then I'm just going to be playing this year with fruit and growing things in the nursery, but I'm not going to be growing, like keep trying to fill my garden up. It's going to fill itself up. Put in blackberries here and here, 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 and here. Put in pollinator garden here because my garden, the ecosystem is beautiful. Bees love it here. Here is an olive. These are veggie beds, veggie beds, veggie beds, veggie. This is asparagus and this is veggies as well. But these are all. This is a um corridor here. So off of the patio garden and the mobile garden. So and on the left side of it is a perennial garden. So these are all perennial as well. They grow back every year. So the goal was whatever I buy and invest in, I wanted to grow back. So there's an olive tree here also and a couple of shrubs and lots of flowers in the bed. So they'll be growing back as well. Now, this is another corridor here. So I love putting in spaces. When you're building out a blueprint, you have to build it out so that you can manipulate, that you can get around. So, in spite of if you think these are small areas, they really are not. I can actually get an entire wheelbarrow through there. So, that was the goal, like to be able to go in and out of these beds with um with agility, right? This is also a bed. It's like 5 units here, and this is an asparagus bed. But back here is another bed. But this area, I'm probably gonna put something here too. I got a little crab apple right there, so I didn't add that. So that's 53. I'm probably gonna add some more. And this orchard is really big, so I'm gonna put some potted trees in here too, because this area is nothing but fruit. Nothing but fruit. So I'm gonna put some potted trees here, trees that I just keep in the pots and over here as well. So I'm just trying to do what I can. So here is an apple. This is an apple and an apple. I put here a plum, and a plum. And these are also beds. And back here is just more space, flowers and trees and things like that. But this back here is also blueberry. This is a blueberry patch, and this is a veggie bed. And I have some mulberries over here too. So yeah, but I just wanted to show you guys what it could look like. And this is just a quarter. This is just a quarter. This is my urban backyard, my urban homestead where I grow food, I grow animals, I get eggs. Here is where we have the chickens, but we have also coming our rabbits. And over here, this area also has trees. One, two, three, four, five, six over here. And this will also have trees. So the goal is how much can you get onto a quarter land? And this is my aerial view of what we have right here in this space. And it helps me to decide what's next, how I need to care for things. Now I can just look at this and map out a plan for my summer, my spring. These beds are completely full, so because they're full of fruits, full of dark green leafy vegetables. So we aren't doing anything with them right now. We're just gonna sit back and watch things grow, and I am gonna plan now for spring vegetables. Not a lot because again, these beds are full, so I can't plan for a lot. I did really well in my fall planning that I didn't have to. So I just planted a lot of trees because I really wanted, this thing to do what it does every single year so that I don't have to keep trying to fill out and figure out what am I going to grow next. So this is a cottage garden. So by cottage, I mean it has trees, it has flowers, it has shrubs, and it has evergreens, and it has fruit, and it has vegetables. So it is definitely a cottage garden. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you all. Again, I'm Dr. Eve, and here on my channel we talk about living well is a lifestyle. And as you can see, I am not planning on working hard. Like this thing has got to work where it's got to work, but I'm not going to be working hard. You understand? It's called smarter, not harder. So we working smarter, not harder. And I think that that's going to be the title of this video, Smarter, Not Harder at 63, because mm, Social Security checks and all of the things, and we're not going to continue to work hard. We're going to grow our own food. We're going to grow our own plants. We're going to plant seeds, which I was sharing with y'all last night. I was able to sort out all of my flowers. Today I'm sorting out all of my veggies and to get them into the book and decide what we are going to plant for the spring because we already got a booming garden. We got a garden that's just gonna go this year. And so I'm really, really excited about that it will just flourish without me having to put or do a lot to it. Okay. Because I believe in planting them good perennials. Because why? Because why I want to keep spending my money. Isn't that pretty though, y'all? See, because I have flowers everywhere. I'm a plant girl, but I grow in the house, outside the house, around the house, under the house, everywhere. So, but anyway, enough said. I'm gonna put this in there. I love having this, and I'm super excited about having this aerial view and being able to see it from the top, knowing that it's gonna be dense and by the time I finish filling my bags, because I got plenty of bags that are prepped and ready to go to put things in. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but I know I'm going to be doing more arts in the garden. So I found this amazing book. I found this amazing book when I went on my book shopping spree for my birthday. My daughters gave me a gift certificate to one of my favorite bookstores, which is a used bookstore because they have what? The best books. And I found the most amazing book. And I'm going to share that with you right now. And it is, let me put y'all on this stand right here real quick. So I found this amazing book, and it is it has a lot to do with art. And y'all know I draw and I paint and everything. I'm just I'm just a creator, right? And I found this book called Easy Gardening. And it's really all about designing, right? So I'm getting ready to get into the design side, not just the blueprint, but I've done the blueprint, but now I'm about to get into the art side of it, right? Because I'm just an artsy girl, and wherever I go, my art goes. So it has a lot of beautiful ideas of, just creating beauty in the garden, right? So how bird houses, right? Um, what is that? I can't see what it is right now, but just art. You know, little pods in your garden, pods in the garden. Um, this is a cracked pot, right? This is a cracked pot, and how you can use antique things to design and hold flowers. And these are succulents. So I'm not in the desert. I am in the heat, but I don't think these succulents will do well in my garden. But this would do well on my wall, right? Because it is a collection of things that you will find in a garden, like trees and, pods from seeds, bamboo, bark, um, pine cones, things you find in your garden, sticks, all kinds of things. Just look at that. Just look at how creative you can be, even in with natural resources. So I'm going to be sharing some of the accents and decor this year with you all, as we continue to build out the urban homestead. Y'all, I am geeked. And like I said, today I'm working on my seeds some more so I can share what things I plan to plant in addition to what's going to be growing out there. And but I know that I want to put in some bird baths. I have 3 decks. I got to build out another deck area for the that what was the vineyard. I rewired that. I made an arbor for my grapevines so that they can grow, upwards, vertical, um, and they won't be so clustered because I'm gonna take that tent down over that area because we don't need it anymore. We'll let that banana be free, right? We'll let that banana be free because it was 15 feet tall last year, and I can't control that, right? It's gonna grow tall, and I'm gonna let it, right, and cut it back, and hopefully it'll do well, come through the winter okay, because it was very, very cold. So hopefully it will come through the winter okay because I wrapped it tightly. I really, 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 really worked very hard to not to design my garden, but to also save it from the pressures of the weather. Now we'll see what happens in the spring. I'm sure everything will have some pressure, but what we're building is an ecosystem that will thrive. And my next venture is the beekeeping, y'all. I'm super excited about beekeeping. I'm going to be learning that during the summer, wow, so that I can implement it Maybe even over the summer, I can implement one box. I don't know. We're going to see because the most important thing is that I keep the bees over here and keep them happy and so that they can, grow food and not grass. So we can grow food and not grass and we can have what we need. But some beautiful things are coming as I teach more of us how to live sustainably because we can all day long, think about the troubles of the world, right? But I am a very solution oriented researcher. And um, I believe that access to education and support on how to live sustainably can help us move towards what we need. That's what my research shows me, you know, and that's what it showed me in my doctoral studies. And so I continue to operate under the auspices of access, education, and support so that we can help our folks to thrive and not just survive, right? Because we are living in some perilous times. But if we stay too focused on what's happening versus what we can create and design to for ourselves, we are an amazing people. And as amazing people and humans, we can conquer a lot of the things that are happening, but we have got to put on our solution hats, right? Because it's all about solutions, right? It's all about what you bring to the table, uh, who you connected to, who's in your village, right? And how can y'all work together to make this thing happen? Okay. So I'm Dr. Eve. I hope you all enjoyed the video. And until next time, bye for now.